Hello, hello, hello. I'm the Painter Dog and welcome to City Skylines. Now, since the last time I showed you this game, I did a bit of work. As you can remember from the last episode, we built up this area. I decided to, for now, shut down the cargo towing terminal because it was really causing lots of problems in here. In the meantime, I added this off-ramp into our industrial area as well. Then I went ahead and built up this residential area. But in this area I didn't include any education. To try and help our industrial area. If you can take a look at this map, this is industrial as well, but this is for forestry. Basically from this road up to there, it's basically all industry. So we need lots of uneducated workers in there. I also have this patch of industry, and to aid in better transport I added a tram line from this area. So it's basically they go from here, around here, through this tunnel to there. There's a pedestrian road there. This is tram access only. You can use that. And then I added in a metro line, 2 stations in this area to our university, and from here there's a bus line going to this, basically a transport hub and back. So that's connected to the entire region, so that's fine, so I can use that. Now, since we do have, disasters enabled in this game, I thought it's time that we include some of the disaster buildings. So let's try and do that. did was build up this area over here with a couple of metro lines and a blimp stop. But I'm thinking I'm taking out the blimp stop. Yep. Taking out the blimp stop. And then I added a couple of metro lines. One, for instance, runs all the way through this area with a stop in this high density area. And then again close to our touristy area. And then two more lines using the same station in here. One going off in this direction to our lower income or lower value residential areas through here, up to this business area and close to this leisure and tourist area. And the other part, another line going from here, stopping in our, oh, it doesn't stop in here. Do I want, no, I don't want to add that. It's very close to the highway and to that area, so that's fine. Then going up to our industry area. Then I'm going to add bus lines and all that jazz, but for now that's fine. I'm not really connecting this area up to go into this. If you take a look at our roads, they can get onto here and into here, because I'm going to add this to a residential area in here. And this is our circular highway, which will encompass this area. As you can see, we're already at 60,000 population. Just up to 75 and we can buy this style, and then we can complete our circular highway. But this entrance will be for this entire area, basically. We will add off-ramp ramps from this highway as well, but this will be for this inner part, so that they can get to here. And to get out of here, I still need to connect that up. I forgot about that, but I'll do that later on. So for now, let's get our stuff in, our disaster stuff. So firstly, you need a disaster response unit. They send out helicopters and trucks to clear rubble and rescue survivors. I'm not going to add one in here, because what's the use in adding it there? I'm going to add it throughout the city. So let's first get a relatively nice place to get this in. There you go. One over there. And I'm going to add one in here as well. They are kind of expensive, $640 per week, but it's a necessary evil. We don't want all our citizens to die. That covers there. And now I need one somewhere in this madness. Question is, do I add one close to university? I think not. I'm gonna add it there. Okay, now that's in. Now we're gonna need shelters. Now I'm aiming for at least 100,000. Each one of these hold 10,000. So, with that in mind, let's add a couple. 1, 2, can't add it there. 3, 4, 5. 6. Okay. And then I'm going to add in here as well. 2, 3. Because a shelter has a limited amount of space for citizens, but you can choose which areas use which shelter by planning escape routes. I'll do that as well. So let's, okay, that's 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. Now they take up 1,600 per week, each of these. So I guess I have a little too much. So let's take out 3 there. This will be the main hub, so that's okay. And then I'm going to add 2 in here. There you go. That's basically all our profits gone. Now I can use the short antennas, but why waste our time? That's a barrier of our city, so we want to cover as much as possible. So if you do something like that, see the problem is when we don't cover that area, but we'll deal with that later on. And then we're going to need one in here as well. I want to get this. That'll do. That'll do. Now, earthquake centers. I'm definitely placing one in here. And the lucky thing about this, we're only 43 per week, so I can basically be a bit spammy with this. One in there. Close to there. That'll basically cover the entire area. Now this is the only place that has access to the ocean. So let's place a couple of sensors in there. As you can see, 48 per week. Now, the cool thing about the weather radar for tornadoes and such, and the deep space radar, you only have to place one. Do you know what? Let's do it in here if possible. Ah, damn. That would have been so cool. But I can place it in there. Now that's done and dusted. And now this is intelligence agency. That's great. Now what we can do is lay in a couple of bus routes to this area. But for that I'm going to need bus stops. So you know what? Let's do that. But first, no, I'm going to do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Get out of that. I want bus. I might as well start there. Okay, I can't do any bus routes because I need to connect that up. So let me quickly do that. Okay, now we have a way in and out of this area, so now we can place in our bus stops. So let's add one there. And then and I have to plan this quite carefully because I don't want to go too spammy. So let's add one in there close to our bus stops. Okay, then add one in there. Then one there. One in our university. Okay, this area has multiple metros to choose from. You know what? Let's turn around and let's go back. So let's stop over there. Now we just back pedal. Stop. You know what? We can stop there. And then might as well stop here on our way back. Nah, let's go back straight over here if possible. And complete that line. Awesome. Okay, so that's our first bus line covering most of this area, at least one stop. Now the question is, okay, now this place is quite isolated, it's only one way in and out. Then you can use the metro and the tram to travel to there, and the metro lines. So I think that'll be okay if a disaster hits. Now let's take a look at our money plummeting. Our weekly profit. Now to counteract that, only thing that we can do is grow our city. We are really in the red now. So we really need to grow our city. Otherwise, we are going to go bankrupt. So how do we do that? And you see, I can always build up a bit of not residential. I might as well, but then you need access to things there. So let's skip that. So I'm always going to expand our city. So hopefully that will get done. And I hope to see you in the next episode. Cheerio.